Will Deadpool 2 pull in the audience, or will this DP have us pull out? Wait, was that supposed to be sexual?
I like that you opened this. That was cool. That was Justin Mua, everybody, who did the opener. Good job, Justin. Nice. And I'm one of your co-hosts. I am DJ Selby. It's good to be here, and I have with me, as almost always, Mark Flores.
It's great to be a part of another episode of Movie Sense.
Yeah,
Let's talk some Deadpool, huh?
Let's talk, dude. That's what we're gonna get into. Deadpool. Deadpool 2's coming out. I'm pretty excited about this, you guys. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's how I feel about this. Deadpool 2, it was long awaited, man. They got a bigger budget. They have a bigger cast. Now, directorial vision. We're looking at David Leitch. Initially, Tim Miller was signed on to do this. Tim Miller did Deadpool #1. And, I mean, that one killed. With a limited budget, even. They just took, it was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
And it broke the mold, and that's something that I was excited looking into Deadpool 2 because we had Tim Miller signed on again, but something happened.
The great thing to take away about the first Deadpool is that, like you mentioned earlier, it broke the mold of not only a Marvel movie, but an R-rated movie with a Marvel property that, like the other Marvel movies, broke records.
Absolutely.
Became one of the most profitable R-rated movies of all time.
Yeah, the return on investment was huge because of the limited budget, and they were scared. They didn't know if this was going to kill or not. This was one of their very first R-rating properties, and they produced it just so well. And Tim Miller, him and Ryan Reynolds did this kind of as a team, as a duo.
Yes.
So now we have a different director. It's David Leitch. David Leitch, he's no amateur. He's no virgin to this world of movies. He's done some stuff. What has he done?
I believe he directed John Wick, and then he produced the second one. So.
John Wick Part 2.
Yes, definitely.
And then what other property did he do?
Oh, he also directed Atomic Blonde.
Ooh, Atomic Blonde.
But the one movie to take out of that whole mix is John Wick. Such a simple plot, but made so well and directed so well. Yeah. Even with a lot of attention to detail with gun choreography, and who better to take that same impression like you got in John Wick and bring it on to Deadpool.
Right, so based off the director David Leitch, I mean, I'm excited to see what kind of action sequences we would have, because one of the things that was made famous in John Wick 1 and 2 was the continuous action sequence of the gunplay, of the shooting, of the action. There was no cuts. It was a continuous camera roll sequence, which is pretty cool. A continuous shot, as they say in the biz. Right. So David Leitch, as far as filmography goes, I mean, he still has more to build upon, but I think he's going to do good. I mean, that part I'm excited about is David Leitch.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys agree with me about that, if you guys think.
I mean, the thing is, Tim Miller, we can't denote the fact that he actually did an amazing job for Deadpool. Right. So, that alone, that kind of scares me about this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love John Wick, everything. I love the new director of Deadpool and all that. But it was the fact that Tim Miller did such an amazing job. He kept the vision of Deadpool. He literally took it right out of the comics, threw it into the movie, and that's why everyone loved it. Now with what's his name, David Leitch, is he going to be able to live up to Tim Miller's creation of the first one? Is he going to live up to that hype?
With David Leitch at the helm, there's going to be a lot more consistency, more than we know, despite the fact he didn't direct the first Deadpool. We're having a director that's used to having a limited budget and turning up good box office success. I mean, if you look at what John Wick did theatrically and with the DVD release, it actually became a household name even with video rental.
Yeah, they had good legs.
Right.
It had good legs. So that's a good point. I'm excited to see what the director is going to bring. I'm not going to rule him out just yet. I like Tim Miller. I respect what he did with the first one. I respect what Ryan Reynolds did with the first one. And I'm looking forward to see it. So characters are something that I'm excited about in Deadpool 2.
A lot of variety.
We have a variety now.
Yep.
That's insane. I mean, we had some great character development in the first one. We had freaking Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead. Now we're adding more people to the mix. Now we're adding more characters. Who's somebody you're excited to see, Mark?
One person I'm excited to see get the forefront attention he deserves because of his energy is Terry Crews. Yes. Terry Crews is going to play a character named Bedlam.
Yeah.
And I mentioned to the Movie Sense fellows earlier is that the energy that Terry Crews brings to movies like White Chicks, to the Expendables 2. It's just, you could tell that he is genuinely happy and excited for a role. And something like this, where he's in an action flick, he totally fits the mold in any type of action flick that he's in. So props to Terry Crews for playing Bedlam. I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, I mean, Terry Crews, like you said, anything he does, it's goofy, it's serious. He has such a character to him.
Yeah, and what better movie to even have that, like, in this type of atmosphere?
Absolutely. The fourth wall breaking, the meta approach. Bedlam, just so you know, he's a mutant that can generate a bioelectrical field, disrupts mechanical and electrical systems, kind of like a EMP kind of, you know. Yeah. So that's going to be an exciting character to see. Terry Crews. Who are you excited to see, Justin?
Oh, there's so many, but I think probably one of them would have to be Shatterstar. He's a very underrated character. Not a lot of people know him at all. I'm not sure if they're gonna bring it up, but you know, he is a gay superhero. You know,
really?
he is a gay mutant. Okay. So I'm wondering if they're gonna do that, because if so, this is gonna be, I think, one of the first superhero movies in years, or probably the only one to actually bring up a gay superhero.
I would love to see Ryan Reynolds reference that. I mean,
yeah, like
they don't do it often, but I would love to see Ryan Reynolds kind of joke about it a little bit in like a very like, yeah, we know it's not that big of a deal sort of way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not that big of a deal. You like dudes, you know?
Yes. I mean, he's a badass character. He has, like, you know, dual-wielded blades, and he was just all around super cool and everything, you know? Cool. And then definitely Peter. I think Peter, the dad.
W.
Oh, Peter W.
According to the Twitter account, Peter W.
Does that mean Peter Wisdom?
Peter
Who
Wisdom,
knows,
maybe.
guys? Google.
That'd be some exciting
secret.
To see.
A spoiler alert, though. You know, if you guys want to find out for the movie, just watch the movie.
If he really is Peter Wisdom.
Yeah, if he really is Peter Wisdom.
Someone I'm excited to see is Zeitgeist, played by Bill Skarsgård. Isn't that Peter Skarsgård?
Yeah.
And
Peter Skarsgård's brother.
Yeah, and Jerry Skarsgård in the
early iterations of movie sense.
In the early, that's from a previous episode. The Skarsgårds.
Yes.
The whole family, the clan, Bill Skarsgård, Pennywise himself, he's going to be in it. He's going to play Zeitgeist, which is a character who actually vomits acid. So that's going to be interesting, you know?
Yeah.
And how he utilizes those powers if he's like super serious. I'm assuming he's German of some sort. So I'm looking to see that. Another one we don't want to kick out of here is going to be the mutant Surge, right?
So now we have a character named Surge, who is, to my surprise, is not a character that can take any liquid concoction and make it into a Surge soda. I'm kind of unfortunate about that. I'm kind of sad about it. But no, this version of Surge is more like a Psylocke mixed in with like a Static Shock, who can wield electrical appliances and electric charges from those electrical appliances. Yeah. So kind of unique and mixing in another character. So we'll see what Surge can provide.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's a couple other characters I don't want to kick out of bed. We got Domino character. She's been strong in the Deadpool universe, so she's going to be a duo with him. So I'm looking forward to see what she brings. She has her own style of sexiness.
Oh yes.
And as far as character abilities goes, the list goes on and on.
And a crazy debut on social media as well when they debuted her photo on Twitter.
Well, there's so much backlash, but at the same time, people liked it. It was very
And then we have the young kid that's going to be in it, Julian Dennison from Hunt for the Wilder People. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen there. Which is kind of a side note. The movie he did, Hunt for the Wilder People, was directed by Taika Waititi.
Oh yes,
Taika Waititi.
Nice.
So that's kind of cool. It's going full circle there. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited about a lot of these characters. They got a big budget. Obviously, they're presenting so many names in this and so many different properties that are going into this. So it's pretty exciting.
Oh, obviously we're forgetting one more. One of the most important one.
Go for it.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Not Thanos.
Oh.
Cable. There you go. Josh Brolin's Cable. We finally get to see Cable. Oh my gosh.
Right.
He's one of the biggest characters in X-Men.
Antagonist from the future.
Yep.
And
one of the most complicated characters in X-Men, and they're finally gonna bring him in. So
Josh Brolin doing it big with another huge antagonist character. So I'm excited to see what this. As far as the story goes, as far as the potential of this story, how good can it be? The first Deadpool, you mentioned, organic and laying out the whole origin of each character organically. Right. They were able to succeed with the first Deadpool because the story was strong, solid, but also very simple.
Yeah,
it was very simple. So the Deadpool 2 This story seems like there's a lot more moving parts. The plot, very plot heavy, very plotty.
Right.
Yeah.
Justin, as far as story, comic arc, what do you think is the possibility, the potential with this movie?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I am a fan of Deadpool here.
Oh, I love it, dude.
So,
I love it.
But when you have characters and a team like the X-Force, because you have a antagonist like Cable who has a very, very complicated past history and how he came to be, how he is as a character in the universe and all that. I feel like it's gonna be kind of messy, where everything is just won't make sense, but it's just gonna be a very hyper movie where a lot of stuff is happening, but then there's no substance to it. You know, there's no really, structural foundation of a storyline or anything connected to it. You know, like I feel like it might just be like, okay, well, here's a bad guy, here's a good guy, he's trying to get this kid, and that's it.
Right.
And then everything's just going on.
Do you think a simple story is the best thing for this, Mark?
What I'm looking forward to in this film, hopefully, is that they're going to have all these cast of characters. They're going to actually bring up a plot, but like the first movie, they're going to bring a lot of humor into it. So it's not going to take itself seriously. And when it starts doing that, the movie is going to find itself an identity. And as long as we know that it's not going to be a serious film, or if it's not going to be an all funny film, as long as that identity is present within the first 15 minutes, we then know what we're going to be in for.
Gotcha.
I mean, then again, it is Deadpool we're talking about, so I feel like they can just go so bizarre and it would still be good because it's Deadpool. It's to be expected. He can just probably be like, "Whoa, yeah," he can just like rewrite everything by breaking the fourth wall, and people wouldn't really care. Right? We're like, that's Deadpool for you.
Final thoughts, you guys. Mark, will this movie live up to the hype?
Deadpool 2. It's a movie that we're all waiting for. It's a movie that's coming after one of the biggest Marvel properties of all time. So we're hoping for something good, and we're also expecting a lot of promise. So I think it is going to be successful. It's going to be more successful than the first Deadpool.
And those were good final thoughts, Mark. I liked it a lot. Justin, final thoughts.
Final thoughts for me? Even though I was kind of negative on everything, I feel like it's obviously going to be very successful. This is Deadpool 2. I love the character. I love everything about it. So, yeah, definitely.
You're thinking it's going to live up to the hype?
I think it's going to surpass the hype.
It's going to surpass the hype?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree with you guys. Deadpool 2, I don't think we got to worry about pulling out on this one, you guys. I think it's going to be an all-in sort of situation. I'm very excited to see what happens in this DP.
Was that supposed to be sexual again?
Maybe. Oh. For all your movie needs, this has been DJ Selby and the Movie Sense crew, Justin Mua and Mark Flores. Thank you for watching another episode of Movie Sense. I'm going to leave with that note that Justin just implied. And Mark, do that thing that we love watching you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact I'm a little out of place, I want to thank you for tuning in to another great episode of Movie Sense. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at This Is Movie Sense. And when you do, be sure to use the hashtag This Is Movie Sense.
All right, guys, we had a lot of fun. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.